What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Medichams, and welcome everybody to the semi-finals of the CDA, where this week we're going to be going up against none other than Snore, coach of the Freezing Snovers. Now, I ended up having to do this post-com because I realized the day that I recorded the battle, I forgot to do this part, so it is what it is. But anyways, here are the teams. What? So, yes, unfortunately we did lose to this team in the regular season, but there have been some changes made. Most notably, there is now a Gokey on this team, and that is absolutely terrifying. The Terras are still Snorlax, Terra Torkoal, and Terra Arboliva. All in all, a very, very scary team. Our team hasn't changed at all, but I do have some really cool tech going into the game, and I'm really excited to show it off. I think it's going to put in a lot of work. It is a very different team that I brought compared to the last time, so hopefully it does stuff. Also, I realized there is no quarterfinals game because of the fact that we got the #1 seed, so we ended up taking a bye week. And in the playoffs, it's like, think of it as like how the SPDA, the top 6 get a bye week because then the bottom, like 7th through 10th place slots battle it out. It was basically kind of like that, but smaller scale. So we got a bye week, and now we're at the semifinals. And yeah, overall, I'm really excited. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys to the battle. So here we go. I hope that you all enjoy. Alrighty, let's freaking do this. I am terrified, I am scared. It's going to be okay though. I will do my best. I'm really hoping Gemstone can pop off against Snorlax in particular. I'm scared of a Gokey though, so that's going to be interesting. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and lead Kamaraja. I think that makes the most sense here. That is what I'm going to do, because I don't think you want to trick. It can handle pretty much everything that wants to switch in. Obviously, not even Urshifu can knock me out here, which is great. Let me double check and make sure that my thing is set. Alright, so we immediately lead off with the Urshifu. That is fine. I'm okay with this. I do have some checks for it in the back. I could switch into Liquid Burns here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. I think I really want to go for a Toxic here, just to see what they go for, and I think I might do that, so I'm gonna go for a Toxic here. We're gonna see a knockoff to knock off the lefties. Let's see here, but we get a Toxic off, which is great, so I'm okay with this. Let's see here, so we've seen knockoff, first off, and that seems to be Zoroark. So I'm okay with this being Zoroark here. We do lose our lefties, but that's fine. I could protect here. I could also go into Kermit's. I think going Kermit's isn't horrible here, but I am a little bit scared of what this thing wants to do to me. So I could also just stay in and see what else this thing wants to do to me. At this point, you revealed that you are Zoroark, so I will just click Protect. We are going to see Gokey come in. Okay, that's fine. So we go for Protect here. That's fine. I'm going to go for Toxic. Boom. Beautiful. All right, so you're Toxic. Trick. That's fine. Yeah, so I have that's fine. I could go for Endure. I'm just gonna go spam Protect just because I can and I want to. Actually, no. You know what I should do? I should probably click Terra Starstorm. So let me check and see here. Gokey, Terra Starstorm will do a decent chunk to you. So I think I'm going to go for it. I'll lock into Terra Starstorm here. Boom. Okay, so it does a small chunk of damage. Focus Blast lands. That's okay, though. I'm okay with that. You have to keep clicking it if you want to kill me with this. So that's fine. I'm okay with this. Yeah, this is fine. You should die to this next proc of poison. Yes. Perfect. So Gokey's gone. That's a great threat for Diancie out of the way. So Diancie endgame looking a lot stronger, which is great because this was the major threat. We will now also always know that Zoroark is poisoned, so we don't have to be afraid of that. I think, depending on what switches in here, that could tell me a lot of information. It's probably gonna be the Zoroark just because I'm locked into Terra Starstorm. The question now becomes, do I want to save TERAPAGOS? I could try and save TERAPAGOS. I think that makes a lot of sense. My guess is Snore wasn't expecting this type of set. I apologize, Snore, but it do be like that sometimes. I'm very curious to the Snorlax set. The Snorlax set is obviously the scariest set. I am running Stored Power this time on Diancie over Body Press. I believe I had Body Press last time if I remember correctly, so that's pretty cool. That is specifically to handle mainly Terra Poison Snorlax because I was afraid of that Pokemon showing up. So that is really, really good information to have. So we are going to see Zoroark come back in. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We could see another knockoff. I'm tempted to just let TERAPAGOS go down here. I could also switch into Purple Rain. You went for knockoff last time. Walking Wake is a little bit scary, I will say. Walking Wake is a tiny bit scary. So actually, I could probably look up here and see Zoroark, Hisui. Let's see, if you click knockoff versus me, knockoff should only do how much damage to me? Could that be possibly banded? I wonder if it is banded. That is important information to have. I'm just gonna click Terra Starstorm here. Yeah, so you go down here, that's fine. I could switch into Liquid Burns just to see if you're possibly, like, choiced. I think you are choiced, so I could go into Flutter Kick to knock you out here. I do like that play a lot, just an instant Brave Bird into this. Torkoal would be the swap. I do wonder if you're choiced here. I'm very curious about that, so I might go Liquid. Do I go Liquid Burns here, actually? Just on the off chance that you're not. Shadow Ball does do a lot to me, which is a bit concerning, and it will kill. So I think I'm just going to go into Flutter Kick, and I'm going to spam. I'm just going to click Brave Bird. I could also click U-turn. Clicking U-turn here is not bad. I'll click U-turn here. So yeah, you do stay in. Boom, that's fine. Okay, I will go into Purple Rain this time, because if you're tricked, then you're locked into Hyper Voice. Yeah, that's fine. Now I'm going to Flip Turn. Flip Turn is an obvious play. You can see the Hyper Voice, we get the crit, but we live the crit, thankfully, so that's fine. How much damage did U-turn do? It did 22%. I can just go back into Flutter Kick, and you're going to take more Toxic Chip. And now I click U-turn again, and now I can actually go into Diancie pretty reliably. U-turn, boom. This might be my opportunity to go into Diancie and start setting up. Actually, no, I kind of want to do that against Snorlax. I could go into Liquid Burns. Actually, I could also go into Kermit's, although I think Kermit's brings in Walking Wake. I could also go Purple Rain, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go into Purple Rain just that way I get more regen off. I would not be surprised if the actual Urshifu showed up here. That is going to be my assumption. The two biggest threats for Diancie are out of the way, which is absolutely phenomenal for me, because, like, basically honestly, low-key 3 out of 4 of the mons I can set up freely with Diancie. I think the main issue is I need to be able to take care of Walking Wake. So hopefully Purple Rain can kind of help handle Walking Wake. That's kind of the main idea behind this particular set. So Sinistra's not really needed in this game anymore, I don't think. The Curse is really nice to have, but I don't need it here. We are going to see the Snorlax switch in. Let me double check here. I should be able to kill this with a Lomomola. Or not kill it, but I should be able to outspeed it. Snorlax, boom. You are going to be level 50. I think here, let's see, do I outspeed? I should outspeed, so I'm going to flip turn. Yep, I do outspeed, great. I'm going to go into Liquid Burns now, just because I can and I want to. We are going to see a Curse from them. I'm going to set up a Curse myself, I think. I could also just Strength Sap here. There's a few things I can do, honestly. And you do reveal lefties. I'm gonna Strength Sap here just to see what you want to do to me. We're gonna see a Crunch, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna Strength Sap again. There's 0 reason for me not to at this point. I'm gonna just restore my health back up to full. Yep, there we go, beautiful. We see another Crunch, that's fine. This time I will click Curse, just because I can do that for free. If they want to stay in, then this thing gets chipped. We are gonna see the Torkoal switch back in, so that's fine. We're gonna set a Curse on you now. So Torkoal in the sun is scary, obviously. Let's see how much damage you want to do to me. Not that much, honestly. So I might just stay in and click Strength Sap versus you to recover HP. I kind of like that. I'm gonna do that. Strength Sap, bada bing, bada boom. There we go, restore my health. Weather Ball does that much damage to me. Okay, that's fine. So that time you locked into Weather Ball. I could Strength Sap again. I could honestly, could I Shadow Ball here? Shadow Ball will kill you next turn. But this is also one of the Pokemon that I want to use to try and get through this. I'm gonna switch it to Purple Rain here. If they predict this and go for Solar Beam, well played. They do go for Weather Ball. That might actually be Specs now that I look at it. I do actually think that that is most likely Specs based on the damage rolls that's doing to me. So I think I'm gonna go for a flip turn. We're gonna see Walking Wake switch out, actually, which is interesting. So high special attack, that's fine. Actually, high special attack is very interesting. Okay, that's good to know. I'll go into Liquid Burns here. I think this is okay. Do I want... Well, actually, is it okay? I'm not sure. I could Terra Fairy here, so I think you have to lock into a... like... Yeah, if you go for an attack, you have to lock into the water attack, I think. So, honestly, do I swap back into Purple Rain? Because you have a heightened special attack. Yeah, I'm going to double back into Purple Rain. There we go. Hydro Steam, that's fine. 28%. So you did 28%. Your special attack fades. Oh, that was without that. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go for slow flip turn. My guess is you're going to swap here. I think you kind of have to. And that also basically confirms that the Torkoal is most likely Specs. So we are going to see that happen. That's fine. You know what? I think I'm going to go into Kermit's this time. Let's see here. You could be Scarf Walking Wake. I think that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, you might be Specs, actually, now that I look at it. You might be Specs Walking Wake. Actually. I'm going to Dragon Dance here. Weather Ball, that's fine. That does a lot of damage, wow, though. Holy crap. And I'm just going to lock myself in Outrage. Boom. Let's see if we can get some kills. Snorlax is going to be the switch. I have to click Outrage here, that's fine. This will do a crap ton of damage to this Mon, which is great. Boom. Okay, nice. Well played. We are still locked into this though, so that's great for me. Nothing else wants to switch into this. The para does suck here, but it is what it is. There's nothing much I can do about it. Boom, Snorlax goes down. That's great, beautiful. I win the game with Terra Fairy Dancing now. I should. Anyway, I should win this with that. Walking Wake is the switch. That makes sense. Might as well. I think you're choiced. You are going to go for a flip turn, so the regular Urshifu is going to come out now. All right, let me look up and see. Can Galarian Zapdos kill Urshifu? Brave Bird and Close Combat should kill this Mon, although Diancie's already got this covered. I'm going to go into Diancie here. Terra Fairy Diancie. You're going to go for an Iron Head. That's fine. We can't get flinched because of the Cova Cloak, and bada bing, bada boom. Terra Fairy Diancie should win me this game. Hydro Steam, that's fine. Bada bing, bada boom, Draining Kiss. GG's to my opponent. Really, really well played. Yeah, overall, this is a really, really good game by my opponent. The fact that Gothitelle Zoroark went down so early just left the endgame wide open for Diancie. So, obviously, Diancie is an absolute beast. I'm kind of surprised that killed the Walking Wake. Walking Wake. I wonder how that killed Walking Wake, actually. That is very interesting. I am level 50, so that should be fine. Did I get a crit? I did get a crit. I'm so sorry about that crit. Ultimately, it didn't matter, though. I had Choice Scarf, Flutter Kick in the back. I also had Alomomola still alive. So, we're fine. It's okay. Alomomola would have been able to finish off this game regardless. But yeah, I will gladly take that. Once again, GG's to my opponent. Really, really well played. And, yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it. Yeah, I think we're taking on West in the finals, which is very, very exciting. Once again, can't express this enough. GG's to my opponent. He brought a really, really awesome team, and he put in a lot of work. But, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really, really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!